What if behind a beloved actor's smile was a lifetime of pain no one ever noticed, until it was too late? The sudden passing of veteran K-drama actor Song Yong Q shocked fans, friends, and the entire Korean entertainment industry. But behind the tragedy lies a story of resilience, sacrifice, love, and heartbreak. Please stay with me till the end, because this isn't just about the loss of a famous actor. It's about a man who gave everything for others, and suffered silently. On August 4, 2025, Song Yong Q was found deceased in his car in a quiet residential area in Yongin, South Korea. The official cause of death hasn't been confirmed, but early reports suggest the possibility of suicide. There was no note, no farewell. Just grief, deep and widespread. To understand how we got here, we need to look at his life, not just the headlines. Song Yong Q was born on April 18, 1970. He studied theater at Seoul Arts College and began his entertainment journey in 1994, performing in a children's musical based on the animated series Taoist Moto. His love for acting started on the stage, where he built his name in big productions like Les Miserables, Jekyll and Hyde, and Jong-un. His talent and presence were undeniable. By 2002, Yong Q entered the film industry with Turn It Up, and by 2007, he had transitioned into K-dramas with Mary Mary. Slowly but steadily, he built a respected career. Over the next 30 years, he worked on over 50 films and dramas, showing a wide range, from intense thrillers like A Hard Day to the comedic blockbuster Extreme Job, one of Korea's highest-grossing films. That role was a turning point. It showcased his skill in playing serious, gritty characters with just enough dry humor to make them human. He didn't stop at acting. He also taught young talent as a special professor in acting arts at Simyong University, shaping the next generation of performers. Despite being a public figure, Yong Q kept his personal life very private. He was married and had 2 daughters. His relationship with his wife was a true story of perseverance, 17 years in total, including 9 years of dating and 8 years of pushing through family opposition. There was even a time he thought of giving up acting and studying abroad, but when his girlfriend said, "Let's get married now," he chose love. He stayed, worked harder, and committed fully to building a future with her. Yong Q's early life was full of hardship. He grew up with 2 father figures, his biological father, who passed away, and a stepfather who raised him. His stepfather had survived forced labor during the Japanese occupation and lived with the trauma and discrimination that followed. These challenges shaped Yong Q's worldview and taught him to endure. Yong Q didn't have it easy in the industry either. For years, he juggled part-time jobs just to survive. He could only quit those jobs after appearing in The Chaser. Even then, he was often typecast in roles like prosecutors, doctors, or forensic experts. Yet, he never complained. He kept pushing forward, but in June 2025, everything changed. Yong Q was caught driving under the influence. He had been drinking with acquaintances and tried to drive home. Police stopped him in Yongin after he had driven nearly 5 kilometers. His blood alcohol level was over 0.08%, enough for license cancellation. Under Korean law. At the time, he was working on the drama The Defects and had just been cast in The Winning Try. He was also performing in Shakespeare in Love at the Seoul Arts Center. Once the news broke a month later, the backlash was intense. He was removed from the theater production, and his TV roles were either cut back or eliminated. This sudden collapse hit him and his family hard. His wife was running a cafe to support the household, but the struggling economy caused major financial losses. Meanwhile, Yong Q's work offers were decreasing. Eventually, the couple began living apart. Yong Q moved into a small office tel in Bundang, while his wife stayed with their daughters, according to people close to him. Yong Q tried to stay active, but stress, loneliness, and online criticism became too much. He started drinking more, trying to numb the emotional weight. An acquaintance said he was heartbroken over negative media articles and malicious online comments. Despite all he gave to his work, his students, and his family, he felt like the world had turned against him. On the morning of August 4, his body was discovered inside a parked car. Police confirmed there was no foul play. While an autopsy is being considered, the signs point to suicide. No one saw it coming. And that's what hurts the most. Fans and fellow actors were devastated. Social media was flooded with tributes. One user wrote, "I loved his acting. He was in so many great dramas. I'm heartbroken." Another said, "Yes, drunk driving is wrong. But nobody deserves to be pushed to the edge like this." People began reflecting on how public shaming can turn into harassment, and how that can destroy someone already struggling. Those who knew him personally said Yong Q was gentle, humble, and selfless. He once gave up his family's spacious apartment so he could afford his daughter's education. One studied in the US, and the other pursued musical theater. He and his wife chose a harder life so their kids could chase their dreams. He also took stable jobs, like joining the Seoul City Song and Dance Troupe, not for fame, but to support his family. This was the real Song Yong Q, a father, a husband, a mentor. A man who never stopped giving. His memorial was held at Davos Hospital Funeral Home. His wife and 2 daughters stood as the bereaved family. Many colleagues, like Jo Woo-jin, Choi Won-young, Lee Yo-won, and Kim Chong-ryul, came to pay their respects, leaving heartfelt messages in his obituary. His last 2 dramas, The Defects and The Winning Try, also released statements. Both said they would air his scenes with minimal edits. To honor his final performances, Song Yong Q wasn't just a character on screen. He was a man who sacrificed for love, who mentored with passion, and who fought quietly against challenges the world never fully saw. His story reminds us, behind every smile can be a battle. Behind every success, a sacrifice. And behind every public figure, a private pain. We owe it to people like Song Yong Q to remember not just how they died, but how they lived, with courage, generosity, and heart. So let's not only grieve his loss, let's learn from it. Rest in peace, Song Yong Q. Your light will be missed, but your legacy will live on. If this story moved you, share it, because sometimes awareness can be the first step toward compassion.